Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's fourth and final video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next week, 10 days for today's final video. So day 10 is going to take us to around the 9th of August. We'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles and may run to around a couple of weeks. Have a look at CFS V2, the end of video for the next 4 weeks, which will take us towards the latter stages of August now, I suppose. I'll get on with that for you in a second. Just say the first video released today was our 7 AM forecast. We also released a week ahead forecast and also the second season model roundup for autumn 2021. Please check out all today's videos. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday afternoon. Right, let's have a look then at what's going on with CET. So central temperature is currently standing at 18.4. That's an anomaly of 2.3 degrees above average. So a couple of degrees above average still. 18.4, that's provisional to yesterday, to the 30th of July. That is going to be coming down a lot when we get the final number in tomorrow. Had an update from my good friend Simon, aka Global Warming at Weather Outlook Forum. Still projecting 17.7. will be the final final number we have for July's central England temperature. So yeah, a warm month, but not an 18 Celsius CET month, even though at the moment, provisionally, it's 18.4, but we are going to get a big downwards correction this month. Right, this is how the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles are looking for the next couple of weeks. So red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Northampton. We're starting off below average with the temperature at the moment, or average to below average. And we're going to stay generally on the cool side, over the next week or so. Dates on the bottom of the chart, of course. So the first week, 10 days of July, again, as it has been, of August, I should say, first week, 10 days of August, as it has been looking overall below average. Into the second week of August and up to the middle of the month, there is a warming trend that we see then. So it does look as though upper air temperatures will start to pick up as we move up in towards the middle part of August. That might deliver a return to summer through the second week of August and into the middle part of the month. It is an extended range. It's a very long way off, but I think, we do clearly see now within the GFS ensembles from there to there that there is a warming trend that's going on. Precipitation-wise, there are going to be regular rainfall spikes coming up over the first week, 10 days of August as well. So regular bouts of rain to come next week with showers in between. Again, as it begins to warm up into the middle part of August, we see a drying trend appearing as well. So warmer and drier as you're heading towards the middle of August, but initially quite cool and wet for the first week to 10 days or so of the month. Temperature anomalies from the 31st of July to the 8th of August are going to be a little bit below average, not just the UK, but for most parts of Western Europe. And precipitation anomalies from the 31st of July to the 8th of August, wetter than average for England and Wales, a little bit drier than average through northern parts of Scotland. Latest wind flow back from earthnullschool.net shows we're bringing a cool and showery northwesterly wind with low pressure over Scandinavia. So yeah, winds are in from the northwest, and it's looking pretty cool and pretty showery at the moment. That will be the setup for the next few days that we've got as well. Right, so this is how the UK Met is looking for midnight on Tuesday. So we're not really under high pressure or low pressure there. So we're under a cold, really. Looks like there's some sort of shallow trough that's over to the south of the country. So just looks rather showery, I think, through the early part of next week. And then later on, things will liven up a lot as this deep area of low pressure comes rattling in from off the Atlantic, and that's going to give a spell of wet and windy weather through the second half of next week. And we keep that low pressure going into next weekend as far as we get to with the UK back to midnight on Saturday, 7th of August. We're under low pressure with showers or longer spells of rain. So we're looking cool and unsettled out to next weekend. This is how the midnight GFS run was looking. Again, we're showery through the early part of next week, and then the second half of next week, this deep area of low pressure comes in. This could become a name storm. We'll have to wait and see. Some tightly packed ice bars on the southern side of this low could bring gale force winds to southern counties, but of course it's that track of below is to be determined because it's a long way off that. But yeah, quite a deep low coming in later next week, bringing lots of wet and windy weather. And then into next weekend, more low pressure really piling in from off the Atlantic. And up to day 10, looking pretty unsettled, with low pressure way to the northwest, bringing showers, long spells of rain. But in the south and in the southwest, there should be quite a bit of dry and warmer weather through there. In more extended range, with the GFS midnight run, high pressure takes over then in through the second week of August and running up to the middle part of the month. We're under a large area of high pressure away from the Azores up to Scandinavia. So obviously that is setting up a prolonged spell of much drier and much warmer weather as well, and that carries on all the way up to the end of the GFS midnight run, which gets to the 16th of August. High pressure dominates, so the middle part of August looking very warm, if not hot, and high pressure dominated. Let's see what the 6Z is doing. This is the very latest. So again, we're looking showery through the early part of this coming week, and then into the second half of the week, deep low pressure comes in off the Atlantic, brings spells of rain and probably quite strong winds as well. And into next weekend, again, we continue to look unsettled, with low pressure bringing regular bouts of rain and quite strong winds too. Heading up towards day 10, we begin to get a little bit of a ridge forming in the south, but northern areas are still looking rather showery then. So it's becoming a bit drier and warmer in the south, but at northern areas, I say, do look a little bit showery. And again, in the extended range, high pressure takes over and sits over the UK and much of northern Western Europe, brings lots of dry, fine, and also very warm, if not quite hot weather. With it, the upper air temperatures are lifting up. We've got plus 10 Celsius isotherm up to northern parts of Scotland. Not excessively hot with this 6Z run. You remember yesterday, the 6Z actually pulled in the plus 20 Celsius isotherm. This run does not do that. That was an outlier, by the way. So, as we suspected when we did the video yesterday, 6Z was an outlier with that plus 20 Celsius isotherm. This doesn't go anywhere near as hot as that, but nevertheless, it's very warm too hot. Certainly could get temperatures into the 30s Celsius there around the middle of August with that high pressure taking over. So both GFS operation runs today, signalling something a lot warmer and drier developing through the second week of August and up to the middle of the month. But GFS ensembles also appear to be moving in that direction as well. GM looks like this. If you enjoyed the video, by the way, please can you smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. So here we go with the GM then. So again, looking rather showery through the early part of the coming week, and then low pressure brings very unsettled weather in through the second half of next week, and we keep low pressure going into next weekend. It will be quite a cool and unsettled weekend next weekend. Moving up towards day 10 though, we start to get this ridge forming from the southwest. It starts turning a little bit drier and a little bit warmer as this ridge begins to push northwards into the west of Europe, and you know, that might be the start of high pressure from the Azores taking over again. As the GFS model output is doing, seems turbulent. It's possible we could keep winds in from the northwest and keep it sort of showery and a little bit cool, but it does look as though the Azores high is on the move there with the GM at day 10. And then finally for the generic chance, we've got the ECM, so all much of muchness early next week with plenty of showers to come. And then the second half of next week, this area of low pressure could bring some wetter weather, particularly to more southern areas. Perhaps low pressure sitting over the country next weekend, keeping things cool and unsettled with showers and longer spells of rain. Heading up towards day 10, the Azores high is attempting to make a move, bridging into the south, bringing something drier and warmer to the south. Still it's a little bit unsettled at day 10, which is actually the 10th of August. Still looking a little bit unsettled at day 10 in the north with showery outbreaks of rain. Again, where that will go after that remains to be seen. It's possible we will see a further strengthening of the Azores high to this Scandinavian high, and we'll take over and turn us dry and summery. The alternative scenario, of course, is that the low pressure just keeps coming from the North Atlantic, keeps us cool and showery. But all models seem to be showing, you know, the Azores high making a little bit of a move here, actually, at around day 9 and 10. Okay, so let's have a look at the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. So we've got showers, of course, at the moment, and we'll keep showery conditions going through weekend and into next week as well. So yeah, there will be showers coming and going up to the middle of next week, and then we might start getting some more general outbreaks of rain developing, you know, towards the end of next week and into next weekend. Looking quite wet there with low pressure in control. Bit of a drying trend though as we move up towards day 10, although northern areas are still rather wet. Scotland, Northern Ireland could have some rain, but England and Wales turning drier as the high pressure begins to take over from the southwest. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10. Gets us to the 10th of August on the Icelandic Met Office. So we have 21 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure taking over to our north and some lower pressure out in the Atlantic, and that brings the wind in, or keeps the wind in, from a westerly direction. That one looks a little bit unsettled at day 10. So we also have 21 members of the ECM ensembles just here, again looking rather flat and westerly, a 9 including the operational run, with low pressure somewhere to our south. High pressure is trying to develop to the northeast though over Scandinavia. Most options still look a little bit unsettled at day 10, but what about in 2 weeks time? So these are the options that we've got. This gets us to the 15th of August. 16 members of the ECM ensembles have low pressure just to our east. High pressure is blocking to the north, so that's going to be rather cool and unsettled. 10 with low pressure on Iceland. High pressure across France, winds in from a west-southwesterly direction. That should bring the driest, warmest weather to the south, rather unsettled up in the north. 8 with low pressure to our west. High pressure around Greenland and Iceland. So that's going to be quite unsettled, but it could be quite warm actually. That could be pulling up quite hot air from the south with that. 7 in line with the GFS model output, with high pressure ridging in from the Azores and going to Scandinavia. So a large area of high pressure takes over and brings us summer weather by the middle of August. 5 with high pressure taking over from Scandinavia, bringing in probably hot easterly winds. And then another 5 just have deep low pressure over top of the country. There's definitely more options that are involving higher pressure as we get towards the middle of August, because it's a long way out and not all of them are signalling that by any means. So it remains to be seen, I think, whether we do get this this spell of summer weather in the middle of August. If we do, how long it lasts for, of course. CFS V2 finally, and then we're done. So these are 500 millibar heights bring down to week periods. The first week period takes from the 31st of July to the 6th of August. The coming week looks unsettled with below average heights, low pressure across northern and west Europe. High pressure is pulled out into the middle of the Atlantic. Jet streams push southwards as well. So that one is looking cool and unsettled in the first week. Week 2 is going to be the 7th to the 13th of August, with again low pressure over top of the country. You expect that to be really unsettled again, with showers if not longer spells of rain. Big change for week 3. This is the 14th to the 20th of August, with high pressure developing to our north. We're also sending a ridge down in towards UK and Ireland. That's probably settling things down and beginning to warm things up a bit as well. And then week 4, which is going to be the 21st to the 27th of August, has high pressure dominating to the north of Scotland, and we're bringing in what could be a hot easterly wind with that. So high pressure is in control, and it's looking mostly dry and hot with that if it comes off, with winds in from the east, or certainly very warm anyway. So the CFS wants to bring us back to summer later on in August, so we'll see how that pans out, of course. Right, if you enjoyed the video, then please give it a smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. If you subscribe, you're going to be able to see future weather content. Tell friends and family and everybody else to subscribe. It's amazing. It's incredible. Thank you so much for doing this for GavsWeatherVids. And we're on our way to 11.7k subscribers now. Of course, the ultimate goal is to get to 12k subscribers, and that's on the way soon as well, I think. So when we get to 12k, we're going to do a bit of a giveaway. Right, so more about that when we get closer to it. Right, that's it for your videos for today. So tomorrow, we're going to have the 7th, I think it is, autumn update. We'll have 7 AM forecast. We'll have GavsWeatherVids steady round. We're live streaming from 6 o'clock. So check out all of the content tomorrow. But for today's videos, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.